Now in this episode, we've shown exactly what the Garmin Xero Bow Sight can do and how game-changing this can be to the sport of bow hunting. So now let's take it out into the field for its first hunt and put it through its paces.
You know, the real test of any product is field usage. You've got to get out and try it. And, you know, while we're practicing with this prototype out here, we've, learned a couple things that we've already called back, and they're already calling the factory to make those updates and changes to it. That's cool. But you got to get out and test it in the field. You've got new electronics for your boat. You got to get out and try them. You got a new fishing lure. You got to go try it. You can look at these things in the drawing room, and you can look at them on the range, and you've got to go try them in the field though to make sure they're going to apply. So as you look at a hunting situation, in this case here, we've got a full moon. We've got no wind. Really a tough hunting conditions, but we've got a stand that I've had success on in the past in similar conditions where deer are going to come up this mountain to kind of feed and then go to a bedding area, and it seemed like the best option. Deer milling around, there's some deer coming through. We've already been busted a couple of times. I've got the Xero turned on, hanging to my left, and just waiting for an opportunity. Got some young bucks out there. Got a doe. I'm tempted right now to shoot a doe. I need some venison anyway. I love venison, but it's early. And we've got some shots of this 12-pointer in velvet that calls this area home. Big chocolate, pretty deer, and that's kind of the one that I'm hoping. I don't know if the hunting gods or what are shining on me, but lo and behold, coming from the right, here comes that 12-point. The deer kind of comes in, he's doing his deer things, he's milling around out there, and I've got my hand on it. I'm sitting right here. I've popped a couple of ranges, not even at full draw yet, as he's going along, kind of learning different things. And I'm just watching this deer, and we've got some does over here that are kind of stamping and a little bit nervous, and he kind of pays them some attention, and he circles around the brush there, and he's slowly working his way from right to left. And I'm just in position. I've been in position many, many times and nothing happens, and I've been in position other times where it comes down perfect. When you get in that position, I talk about visualizing what's gonna happen, preparing in your mind, being prepared for that moment. And in my mind, I'm seeing what he's gonna do. I'm going through a new pre-shot routine because there's one extra step. I've actually thrown a couple steps out that I use in my own traditional bow. I've got one new step in here, which is the laser rangefinder to drop the pin out there. And in my mind, I'm preparing for that. Now we've ratcheted things up. We're testing the bow sight. The very first time ever it's going to be used in the field in a true hunting situation for a whitetail deer. As he's slowly stepping out and I'm kind of getting ready to go to draw, in my mind, I've got my finger on that little trigger to do my range finding. I've already ranged that area a couple times. I'm not guessing anymore. I'm at 26 yards. How many people out there that bow hunt have a 20-yard pin and a 30-yard pin? Well, in between them, they gap shoot. I can't tell you how many times I've heard people go, well, I just held it in between my 20 and 30. And we end up with a wounded deer. We end up chasing a deer. We end up with a miss. Well, imagine now there's no more of that, because that's what I've got right here. Probably couldn't have been a better scenario for me to test it because it's in the middle of what most people do. 26 yards. That's what it's showing up. Let it off. I'm at full draw. Leg goes forward. Let the arrow fly. Boy, that gets intense when you get several of them coming through like that. It always shakes me up for a few minutes after I get a shot like that. I mean, that's a great 12-point chocolate antlers. He eased out there pretty good. Shot felt great. Shooting the new Garmin Xero laser bow sight. I mean, literally, you don't have all that extra motion of racing and lowering your bow. I mean, or lacing. I'm so shook up right now. You don't have all the other. You don't have all the other times of trying to range. I mean, you just push the button, and basically it tells you that was a 26-yard shot right there on him when he turned broadside. Shot felt great. Looked good. It's just amazing what you can do when you have the equipment to be able to line things up in that type of a manner and really take advantage of it. You know, so many sites out there today, you're kind of guessing. I mean, there's no guessing in that type of situation right there. You know, you as the human may make a mistake, but when your equipment tells you exactly where to hold and where to aim, you just got to do the rest. I think I hit about an inch different than where I was aiming at. The Xero from Garmin put the dot right where it's supposed to. I'm thinking, I'm watching this deer and he takes off running and he's going over there and I hear crashing going on in the distance. I'm thinking, I smoked this deer. But I see all this arrow hanging out, but I hear a crash. I mean, it sounds like a Mack truck ran into a tree down there and it's thrashing around. I'm thinking, that's the sound of a deer going down. And you know, it's time to come and get down out of the stand. I love to give them a lot of time. We go down there. I didn't expect to see a lot of blood based on the shot placement and everything. And you know, we're kind of working around and we eased down the drain, we eased down the draw, gave it a lot of time. He's piled up. I'm stoked. I always get excited when I find one. Yeah, buddy, right there, piled up. I mean, that's what we heard. That's what we heard. I mean, that's the stand right there. He came running down that hill and just crashed right here. God. Look at this buck. Look at this buck. Oh man, that's a great 12-point right there. Look at all of that. Oh man, that is the most agonizing time if you're a bow hunter ever, is after you take a shot, you know, waiting to get your hands on them. You always get nervous. I mean, I've done it so many times, but I'm always nervous. Even if I know I just center punched the heart, you know, on that deer there, I could see the arrow. I didn't feel like I got great penetration. Shot hit exactly where I was aiming, 26 yards. And it's always a minute of a moment of just, you just kind of waiting. And, you know, we're up in that stand, it was dead calm. This guy came in, look at these tines, look at the colors. I mean, he just chocolate. I love those chocolate antler deer like that. Mainframe 6x6s or something, they're just always enamored me. You just don't see a lot of them. And this is a perfect mainframe 6 here. Each side for a total of 12. He didn't go probably 12 total. I mean, probably 100 yards from where I got him right there. You know, outfield testing that new Garmin Xero sight right there. And being able to just change and check the distance the whole time I was in that stand, you know, it just makes it's a total game changer all the way around. You know, from the point of being able to watch a deer, the walking and range him, there's no guesstimation anymore. It pops that pin, that dot up right there for you. You put the dot and bang, you're done. You got them. Wow. Thank you, big buck. That's gonna fill the freezer. It's gonna taste good all year long. Yeah, that's a great hunt right there. I mean, what a 12-point. You know, first time ever outfield testing the new Garmin bow sight, and as advertised. I mean, we spent probably about 2 hours yesterday learning and practicing. I mean, we had no experience with it. There were several of us in camp. We had Michael and Clark out learning and playing with it and going through the paces. And then once we got it dialed in, you could just see the confidence getting higher and higher. And, you know, setting up in the stand this morning, I was just praying, hoping to get a chance at a shooter, and to get a deer like this, that's just icing on the cake, because I wanted to see if this was what I thought it was gonna be. It's that and more. I mean, it's that and more.
Congratulations, Wade, on the first of many Garmin Xero entries into the Yamaha Whitetail Diaries.